Hey everyone, it's Roman from Vanture Customs, and behind me we have a brand new custom build. Come check it out. All right, so right off the bat, we'll start off with the suspension and exterior work. Van Compass lift kit, running on some bigger tires and Black Rhino rims. Vulcan tires, all-terrains, they're really good, all-around tires, I really like them. The van is also equipped with ARB air compressor. You hit the switch, you have quick air to air up your tires when you air them down. At the front and the back, very useful thing to have while you're on the road if you're looking to do this sort of thing. Up top, we have a roof rack, bi-camo roof racks, and it is the best roof rack on the market, made out of forged aluminum, and it is powder coated, the sleekest looking roof rack out there. Though screw holes in the side, there's a bunch of different ways to strap your goodies up top, and the solar panels are flush. Ryan builds them, he's a cool dude, really engineered it really well. And we also have bike trays from camo roof racks that we kind of developed, so you might want to see that at the end of the video. And up top we have a Fiamma F45S awning. It's a hand crank it out, pretty easy. You have a nice awning to chill under while it rains, and we put about 6 LED bars on this roof rack because why not. On the back we have ladder tire carrier as well, holds the 5th tire, giving you some room underneath the van to house whatever you would want. And we cut some holes in this van and patched it with some windows like so from AM windows. We also put a short plug on the other side of the van, 30 amp short plug to plug in for RV campsite. That's it, I'm done with the outside. Right off the bat, we have a nice kitchen galley. If you don't have enough counter space, you can add this flip up, and that gives you an easy 20 inches more of counter space. Besides that, you have plenty counter space here. Big butcher block, we have a big deep sink with a tray to use as counter space when you're not using the sink. Big spot to cook up some meals. Here's your induction cooktop. You can store it right in here. Plug it into your outlets, which are scattered throughout the van. We have 5 outlets in this little van. There's a huge drawer box here and another massive storage drawer down there. And this is where we house our gray water tank, 7 gallons, and a second Lagoon Table, which I made a little bracket here to keep it in place while you drive. You can slide it out and set it up on the outside of the kitchen or right behind me on this toilet box. Then above our heads and walls, we have pine tongue roof, which was custom milled down to 1/2 inch. It's light pine, so this van ends up weighing fair close to nothing. Insulation we use is spray foam / Thinsulate. And over here we have our little control center like you would at your house. We try to make it as cozy and homey feeling as possible. So all you see here is your controls for your lights, 4-port USB charger, which is not very common in the house, but it's super nice to have if you do. And a 110-volt outlet. Up here is where you have all your controls, all your fun stuff like your diesel heater, which is located underneath your passenger seat over there. Sucks fuel out of your gasoline, in this case diesel fuel tank. Renogy inverter charger, more USB chargers here, as well as your volt monitor, fresh water tank, level gauge, water heater switch, water pump switch, tank heater switch, garage lights. Everything is up in this little control center, and you have even more storage. Next to that, these are supported by gas struts held in by the marine grade, I believe they're called slam locks. We also have our 12-volt AC Dometic unit, 12-volt unit, so it's very efficient, and it's powered by 600 amp hours of lithium battery, which we'll get to at the end of the video. This bed is fairly different from our stationary beds. The platform is built by Moab Bed. It's a 2-part, sometimes 3-part bed that you can kind of close in. It's been very well designed and engineered to kind of click into place into these brackets on the side here. This customer chose to have this bed because they will sometimes not be using their bed and it won't even be in the van. So while the bed's out, we'll show you, you can actually use the sides as more counter space, and there's just so many different ways that you can use this van. It's very versatile, so it came out pretty awesome. Here you have your reading lights, and they have the red light, which is for your nightlight time. We gave a Sprinter van bump outs. This is our first time doing bump outs in a Sprinter van. It worked out pretty well, It doesn't give us as much space as a ProMaster because sprinters are narrower, but it is just enough for what the customer needs, and it worked out really well in this build. I'm very happy the way it turned out. Another 110 volt outlet down here on this electrical box, vent fan, and there's a little desktop cooling fan that's located right behind that vent. There's a little toilet hidden in this box. It's a dry flush Lavio toilet. It uses cartridges and vacuum packs your business and drops it in there, and it's very easy and dry, mess-free way to kind of get through that portion of van life. Here we have a Dometic Pro Fridge. It's a nice little fridge. Laura and I lived out of a fridge like this for 2 years, and it was plenty. You could fit plenty of food in there for 2 people. Like one time a week, you can kind of stop by the grocery store and be totally fine. Another huge drawer. These drawers are massive, so you can fit majority of your belongings. This is more of like a weekend getaway van, so there's more than enough storage in this van. And a microwave, the Tundra microwave. It's an RV microwave, RV friendly, so it's not gonna draw a huge draw on your electrical system, making it very easy to use, you know, with your 12 volt battery setup. And over here we have more upper cabinet storage and a nice Vanture's hat. More upper storage here, and it flows into another shelf, aluminum shelf here. Is a perfect spot for these window covers, which are from Van Essentials, and they're insulated, awesome window covers. We have the air hose for your tires, which is usually in the door. And below that, we have our S-Pod. S-Pod's one of the cooler parts of this build. That's fairly new. It gives you the ability to adjust and play with all of the lights, all 6 of the LED bars. You can adjust the brightness of them, make them flicker, such as this. And there's just so many different options that you can play with. And here we have another Lagoon Table. There's 2 in this van. This one is kind of staying around here most of the time. It's a great way to kind of play with your friends. That table in there is actually longer, so this seat is able to come and hang out. 4 people could sit and eat here, and if this guy doesn't want to and has his own seat, you could just have your own little working area / eating area right here. So there's one of the most important things in vans is to make multiple uses out of everything that you can, because you only have 60 square feet to play with. Above me we have a Max Air fan. It's a deluxe, the remote control fan. Of course, that's our go-to for Vanture Customs, and it's the best there is in the market. We had an LED light that we recessed into this trim piece. It turns on every time you open the door, so it makes it possible for you to see on a dark day like this without reaching in your van and turning on the main lights. A jump seat that we installed, it comes with brackets, and it's a 3-point seat belt. It can be clipped out with just 1 person can do it. 2 is a lot easier. It's a fairly awkward weight to maneuver. And let's go around the back where I can show you the coolest part of the build. Well, sorry, it's a little dark out here. It's you know, we're working always super late at Vanture Customs to try to get these things out the door. But thankfully we have a 50-inch LED bar to light it up here. Also, there's 5 more LED bars to make sure that you can see and light up the entire mall parking lot that you're off-roading in. There's a 30-inch by 58-inch bike tray that's aluminum and powder coated, so you can power wash this thing and abuse it. It will take a beating. It has a unique design. Talk about this design a little bit. It has the inverted, you could call it, design where the drawer slides are hidden and not going to be knocking into your things or your belongings, getting some of the bearings, grease all over it. So it's one of my favorite designs out there. You're able to strap your belongings down as well. Over here we have our water system. You could have a little shower hose with a spray off nozzle and shower up outside. Put a little curtain from door to door. You know how those work. You've seen them on YouTube probably, or TikTok. And there's a city inlet right here to fill up your 30 gallons of fresh water. You also have a 2.5 gallon 110 volt water heater that's located right behind this wall. and that is plenty of hot water to get you going, and a nice hot shower. Here we have a little clip that we inserted. It's removable because you'll have a big clamp to hold on your bike. This guy is a big biker, so he have his bikes and he'll kind of set them all up here with this mount. That was a pretty important add-on for him, and as well as having a huge bike tray so you can have up to 3 bikes on a bike tray. So if you guys thought this bike tray was cool, check out this bed. This bed can be collapsed and removed in 2 pieces. You have 3 cushions, which, by the way, we started using a new material on these cushions, and it takes 112,000 double rubs to start to actually penetrate to this material, and it's really soft, and it's one of my favorite additions recently. 112,000 double rubs. And then you're done. Just like that, you know, you can remove the bikes or keep them in. And now that the bed's gone, now you have the other 50% of your van that you are able to put to use now, which is 2 countertops. You can work on your electrical or on your water system. You have another outlet back here. It's a GFI, so it's safe. And we covered the entire garage area, if you haven't noticed, with nickel plated rubber flooring. It's industrial grade stuff that you use and see in ambulances, and it's gonna go through a lot of abuse, and this is the best material for the job. Wow, look at all this space. Unbelievable. And that pretty much wraps it up today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you didn't like it, give us a thumbs up. And if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, give us a follow, hit that little bell icon up top, and make sure that you don't miss any of our future new content. We have a lot of new exciting stuff to share with you guys. We're in the new warehouse, new space. It's much bigger, so we're able to have a lot more content for you guys. So follow us and venture on.